Hi, thank you very much for stopping by today. I'm Bamboo Betty and this is my tiny city container garden. I hope I can offer you some either gardening inspiration or light entertainment or a mild distraction from whatever you are doing right now. So this week I've been a little bit busy, busy for me, and I've also had some very spooky goings on in the garden. There is a alien visitation, which I'm sort of excited about. It feels a little bit like being watched 24 hours a day, but all will be revealed. So stick with me. Here we go. We're going downstairs, and let me show you what's been occurring. Exciting news from Hot Lips. Go through the Stolby flower buds. You can see we've got a very first flower from the blackcurrant sage. What? Gorgeous. The whole plant will get covered eventually, and the bees will love that. You can eat them, you can put them in salads, or you can put them on fruit salads. They look beautiful and they taste very slightly like nectar. More news on the phlox. This phlox here, I had this for about 2 years. I ignored it, had it knocking about in a pot. It was rolling around in the darkness for ages, but it just kept growing. And it was in the pot I bought it in, which was far too small. So this year I felt so bad, I felt so guilty that I put it in its own big pot, and it's just loved it. It's so happy. It reminds me of that scene in Shawshank Redemption, you know, when I call him, he's Tim Robbins, I know he is, but I can't help calling him Ted Rogers, you know, from 3, 2, 1, and from Dusty Bit. So Ted Rogers is very happy, looking lovely and luscious and green, and I can't wait for the flowers to come out because the bees are going to love that, and that's in their flight path. Going on further down, the Weigela Lawson, the Weigela. My garden is full of celebrities. Weigela Lawson, the flowers have gone over and they've started to go brown. I should really pick off the deadest ones, and we'll get a few extra new growths, a few extra new blooms in it. So if you look in here, there's a few buds. Here. But I should take all these off. No one needs those. I collect those up. And I collect them and just throw them on the floor. Here, news on the blueberry. A lot of the buds that were still remaining have come out, and some of the old flowers, the ones that came out first, the flowers have died off, and you can see where the blueberries are going to come from. Hopefully they should swell up. I've never grown these before. I'm quite excited, to be fair. And lurking in the darkness in the back there, ta-da! If it will focus. There we are. Hello. One big, huge rhododendron, mother of the bride in the 1970s flower hat. How lovely to see you. The bees love that. And I wrote an article on rhododendrons and mad honey last year when this gave me its first bloom. I'll reference that in the description if you're interested. Lots of new growth from the top of the shrub of the bush. These are quite sticky to touch if you're working in the garden and you've got one and you need to sort of move it around or get to something behind it, you'll just get covered in sticky sap. The green gooseberries are swelling up. Still not that much fruit on this one, much more fruit from the purple one, and the caterpillars have subsided. I'll show you a picture of that later, but this one's looking very healthy. But apart from the flower developments, there's been something really, really incredibly spooky. Luckily, I love spiders because this has happened. What is this about? It's full of tiny, tiny, tiny baby spiders with the little yellow stripe on their rumps. And they started all in one mass, one big hatching further down the plant. Here, I'll show you a clip from, I think it was from Wednesday. Now. And then this one morning, I think I came out on Thursday, and I came out the day after, and they'd all migrated up. I don't know who gave the order. I don't know who said, "Okay, everybody, upwards." But they all went together, and they all completely abandoned their first nest, climbed to the top of the lilac bush, separated into two halves. I don't know if it's girls and boys, or if your name begins with an A or a B, or if your number is even or odd. But there they all are, and they've been there a couple of days, just sitting there. I love them. There's occasional flurries of activity where they start sort of moving around, but mostly they just sit there. Nice. I quite like to be in there myself, to be honest. So it's like having is it Wall-E? You know, the little alien machine. It's also like being watched constantly from behind your back by an alien creature. Anyway, there they are. My big job for the day is to do something about this poor old pear tree, because I get blasted by the sun. It's really having a terrible time. It's becoming very stressed. It's permanently bent over, and I looked the other day and you can see the roots are completely exposed. It's got no support whatsoever. I've got no compost, but I'm going to do a dig around in the house because I can't go on by anymore because of lockdown. I think I've got some in the stairs, under the stairs, in the cupboard under the stairs. So that's what I'm going to try and do today. I'll try and save you. Back in a minute. Right. Oh my god. It wasn't in the cupboard under the stairs, though I nearly put the Christmas tree back up. It turns out that there's about a quarter of a bag, and it was in the cupboard under the sink. Anyway, in the struggle, in the fight, in the hunt, in the search, I managed to find something that I can possibly use as a stake. I thought I had a bit of wood, but I must have used it for jamming in something, shoving something shut, or shoving something open. So I found an old bit of electric cable batten, a pole from a clothes, one of those clothes rails, you know, one of those postable clothes rails on wheels, a crowbar for breaking in or breaking out wherever you're trapped in or trapped out of, some dressmaking scissors, one of Begonia's old toys. I didn't ask permission, she'll just have to get over it. And I'm going to use this bit of string because I've got 4 whole reels of string somewhere. The string is definitely not in the cupboard under the stairs, and no, it's not in the cupboard under the sink. So we're going to use that. Right then, so, excuse me rhubarb, I'm going to take, oh, got a little flower. This is one of the begonias from last year that should not have survived the winter, but it has, so that's a bonus. Go back, take another one. It's a little friend. 2 of those. Oh my god. Right. I'm gonna have to cut you off for a second. Wait there. Right. We're back. And I'm just gonna tip this, what's left on top of the leaves. Oh, it's not bad actually. I thought it might have been a bit white and a bit dry. Don't know how long it's been in the cupboard. It's quite fresh. Right, hang on. I'm going to pat that down. Hold on a second. Right. I've squished it down as hard as I can with my hand, but I'm going to use my inappropriate footwear, my gardening shoes, to try and really support that root. And then I'm going to get a stick, well, one of the 2 poles I found, and try and stabilise that a bit more. I think it's looking a little bit better already. Back again, hang on. Right, it's not pretty, and I'm not entirely sure it's worked, but it's got to be better than nothing. And it's a good temporary solution. Now, the pot, oh lordy, it's still really bending, so I'm going to spin the pot round and see if the wind, the way the wind's blowing is just going to make it go bend the other way. But in the meantime, anyone gets excited about unpeeling things, they might enjoy this. Oh. We'll just cover that last bit up to cue it. Oh, I can feel that stronger already. Right. Okay. Now for a 180 degree spin. Well, I spun it round, so that's Paul, maybe just having a quiet conversation with George. That's Paul the pear tree, by the way, and George the cherry tree, John, Ringo. So at least the roots are covered now, so I'm pleased about that, and I'm sure the tree is too. And I'll put the begonias back. And hope for the best. Good luck, pear tree. See you soon. Bye bye.